York Yankees make their first official quote-unquote signing, move, whatever it is you want to call it, as they pick up the option on starting pitcher Luis Severino. Now, we knew this was going to happen because Brian Cashman basically came out and said, yeah, we're going to pick that up. That was in the press conference from hell that we're not going to get into. We are going to talk briefly about Luis Severino. Last year, Sevy had a good year and a bounce back. You know, we were a little concerned about how many starts he could make. He ended up making 19 starts, but in reality, he probably could have made some more, and I'll talk about that here momentarily. 3.18 ERA, 7-3 record, 102 innings, 112 strikeouts, and only 30 walks. So 112 Ks to 30 walks. Not bad, not too shabby at all. Now, analytics, you look at it a little bit. Fielding independent pitching had him closer to about a 4 ERA than his lower 3. But hell, even at a 3.70 ERA, I think a lot of people will be happy with Severino after the injuries and things of that nature. But when I talked about he could probably have gone a little more, that was that whole situation that happened when it came about him going to the IL. He was like, I don't need the 60. They put him on the 60. Severino was not happy about it. Everybody knew, it was pretty blatantly clear that it was all about Luis Severino's innings and kind of limiting that till he could come back towards the end of the year and ramp up for the postseason. And Luis Severino did indeed make a postseason start. In that start, here in 2022, he made 2 starts. He went 5 2/3 innings with 3 earned runs against Cleveland. And then, of course, 5 1/3 innings, 3 earned runs against the Houston Astros. But he pitched good that game. He made that 1 error. Yeah, it was huge to Bregman. But Luis Severino in his career has not been all too shabby in the postseason, pitching to over a 5 ERA. But there's a dog in Luis Severino that everybody really loves. And the New York Yankees now have a pretty nice 1-2-3 on paper of Cole, Sevy, and Nestor. However you want to go about that. Jamison Tyon's a free agent. There's going to be a lot of teams interested in him. We'll see who that is. I don't expect the Yankees to go out there and maybe give Tyon a 2 or 3 year deal. Doesn't make sense. Clark Schmidt, of course, is in there. Frankie Montas is going to fall to the bottom of that rotation more. Probably 4 or 5. We'll see if he could kind of reinvent himself pitching in a stadium like Yankee Stadium. I think he has to be more of a fastball slider guy. Of course, throwing that sinker in there a little more. But the Coliseum's a very different place. And I think the Yankees got to recognize that with Frankie Montas. So right now, on paper, the Yankees really should go out there and look to add one more starting pitcher. No matter who that is, you guys already know how I feel about Carlos Rodon. I don't believe that's going to happen. I think Rodon ends up with a team like the Rangers, who got a shit ton of money to spend. Bruce Bochy's now there. That is trust me when I tell you, when people go, managers don't matter, Pete. Trust me. Players want to play for a guy like Bruce Bochy. He is a calling card for a team like the Rangers, and they also got the schedule to make anything they want really happen. So there's names out there. We know they might revisit the Pablo Lopez deal. There's a lot of other names out there that I'll discuss during this offseason of people the Yankees may be interested in. Of course, from the Nippon League in Florida. In Asia, of course, you got guys like Senga. Sasaki is not going to be available anytime soon. But Senga's a guy the Yankees could potentially look at if they want to jump back into that Asian market pretty quickly. They know it's all about the money. And Senga's a guy who throws in the high 90s. You know, a good splitter. A decent curveball, decent slider from what my understanding is. I think he actually has a forkball too. That's pretty decent. But we'll talk more about all those guys too. Stay tuned a little later today. We got some things coming for you guys. NYYST is live at 8:30. Of course, their Keep 'em or Dump 'em is going to continue on. Stay tuned for that. Also, my interview with our new prospect guy, our new prospect guru, our good friend Dane Huber is coming up for you guys also. We also discussed some of those guys from the Nippon League also too that could come here eventually and play. So stay tuned for all that. Let me guys, tell me a little bit about what you guys think right now about how that Yankees rotation kind of stacks up. We'll see what they do the rest of the way, but right now they got a pretty decent 1-2-3. They could have a pretty decent rotation with some smart moves. We will see what the New York Yankees do. But without further ado, guys, I'm out. That is it. Until next time, I'm out. Adios. Talk to you guys soon.